What is up everyone and welcome to an IMNC Q&A video. I haven't done one of these in a while and there's going to be something slightly different about this video. I'm going to try and make it much more short and snappy and to the point. The Q&A series hopefully is no longer going to be a rambling series unless the question is pretty huge. Now, as you guys may or may not know, but I will tell you now just in case you didn't know, I do Q&As slightly different to other YouTubers. What I tend to do is just sort of browse around my email inbox or the comments or anywhere and I see a common question that a lot of people are asking, and I don't name specific people that have asked the questions. I just answer the question globally to answer a lot of people's questions, and it's only one question per video because it's normally worth an entire video. So I haven't done many of these in the past, but I will hope to do more and more, maybe one every 2 weeks, something like that. So without further ado, let's roll the intro, get on with the questions, and well, it's questions. I just literally spent that entire intro explaining that it's about one question. Anyway, let's get on with it. Okay, so today's question is really interesting, and that is basically, how am I using my Mac Mini server shelf? As you guys may or may not know, I put together a server shelf, which is basically two Mac Minis stacked on top of each other. There's a gigabit switch down there, there's a KVM switch, and there's two hard drives. Well, unfortunately, guys, I'd like to announce that sadly today, I am not using this setup to its full potential. And in fact, the only two things that are even powered up on that shelf are the Intel Mac Mini and the gigabit switch. Now, I briefly touched upon this on my Ultimate Desk Setup video, but if we take a little look at the shelf, you guys can see the Mac Mini powered on there and also the gigabit switch. Plugged in, connected to the gigabit switch is the Mac Mini itself, my Mac Pro, along with the Mac Mini G4, I believe, and the downstairs PC via an Ethernet switch, and the router. Actually no, the Mac Mini G4 is not plugged in. The router is plugged in, my wireless router, so that I can get internet access and all that good stuff. I use the gigabit switch to get really fast communication, basically at the moment between my Mac Pro and my Mac Mini, so that I can transfer video files nice and quickly. So I do have a lot of future plans for this system, but at the moment basically all I do is use the built-in Apple file sharing to transfer my final video exports that come out of Handbrake along with my final JPEG thumbnails, and I pretty much paste them to the Mac Mini's desktop, and then from there I use the Mac Mini with Google Chrome as the web browser to upload the videos. Now, I don't have a display or anything connected to the Mac Mini at the moment. I simply use screen sharing on my MacBook Pro, drag the video file in, drag the thumbnail in, press done, and away to go. I'm uploading my video. I enter description and tags and everything on another system. I don't do that on the Mac Mini. So at the moment, you guys can probably tell it's not much of a server. Basically, all it's doing is being a slave and uploading my YouTube videos overnight, or if worst comes to the worst, during the day if I've had some kind of delay for whatever reason. So I do have a lot of future plans for the Mac Mini. There are a couple of external hard drives on the shelf and more that I want to add in the future. And there are loads of other things that I want to do a lot with the Mac Mini G4 and all this. I just don't have time at the moment to set all that stuff up, and the way that things are working at the moment, everything's working out quite well. Now, what are the advantages to uploading my YouTube videos on the Mac Mini as opposed to the old way I used to do it, which was using the Mac Pro? Well, now, instead of my Mac Pro being on 24 hours a day, it gets switched off every single night, which is much better for the power bill, the electricity consumption, the environment, and also, you know, my Mac Pro, because it's not going all the time. Now, some people argue that you should keep your computer on all the time because it's better to keep the components at a constant temperature rather than, you know, cooling down and all this, but you know, that's debatable. I feel more comfortable shutting my Mac Pro down because there's so many advantages. The room doesn't heat up like crazy, the power consumption on the Mac Mini is so low, I don't have to worry about the Mac Pro at all. I finish using that system, I drag the video file to the Mac Mini, upload it, boom, overnight the video uploads, and everyone is happy. So you may be wondering why I need a dedicated system to upload videos. Of course, the Mac Mini is capable of so much more, and I will be giving it a lot lot more tasks in the future with file sharing and time machine backups and all this kind of thing, but I need a dedicated machine to upload my videos because my internet connection, it literally takes me anywhere between 6 and 12 hours depending on the length of video. Sometimes it's taken me more. It took me, I believe, over 20 hours to upload my hour-long PA system part 1 video. It takes me between anywhere, 6 hours to 12 hours to upload a YouTube video, so I have to have a dedicated system doing that overnight. The majority of my YouTube videos are uploaded overnight unless I reach a hiccup, as I've just mentioned. But it makes my life so much easier. So I hope that answers a couple of your questions about the Mac Mini setup, guys. There's not a lot of interesting stuff to talk about in terms of server stuff and server use, blah, blah, blah. It's really not that interesting, and I'm so sorry about that. But rest assured, there will be an update as soon as something interesting happens with the server shelf. It looks very pretty at the moment, it just doesn't do very much. And also, I'm no server expert, so I'm learning at the same time as, lots of you guys. I know I've got a load of viewers that know far more about this kind of stuff than I do, but for the moment the Apple file sharing and the Apple screen sharing is plenty for me, and I really enjoy using it. The Mac Mini is a great little piece of kit. It doesn't kick out heat, doesn't consume power. I love it, and of course it was a donation, so huge thank you. So that's it for this Q&A. Expect more short and snappy Q&As. This is pretty much as short as my videos get, I believe, guys, so it's pretty weird actually making one this short. I feel as if I should sit here and ramble. But instead of rambling, I'm going to ask you guys to please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs down button if you didn't, and please explain why down below. I'm trying to get the channel stats up, guys. I'm really trying my hardest because I'm putting so much effort into this YouTube thing. I hope it's paying off, and I hope you guys are enjoying. So, massive thank you for watching, and of course, I will see all of you guys in tomorrow's video.